Hello there, welcome back to an updated everyday makeup bag. It's been a few months since the last installment, so let's have a rummage around and see which products have been hanging out in here lately. Always a balance between consistent favourites and some new additions. This particular makeup bag is also a bit of a travel makeup bag hybrid and throwback because I spent a weekend in Melbourne in March catching up with friends and managed to catch an event with Violette FR. The woman herself was in Australia, so there's a sprinkling of French style in here too. Let's take a look. Beginning with a glowy base blast from the past. I've been a huge By Terry Brightening CC Serum fan for 6 or 7 years now, so I was nervous when I heard they were reformulating it. I haven't tried the new version yet, but I snapped up the original formula in the shade 2.75 Peach Glow because I love a peachy rosy tone, and there's nothing like this in the new shade range. So smoothing, blurring and brightening, a perfect glowy starting point. Followed by my favourite skin tint of all time. It's official, I've recently crowned Typology's Tinted Serum as the winner in my 2-part skin tint series. You know how much I love this formula, so I'm thrilled to be working with Typology again and partnering with the brand for part of this video. Despite being right at home in a daily makeup look, Typology is a French, vegan, cruelty-free skincare brand with a neat edit of tinted care hybrid products combining skincare benefits with effortless sheer coverage. Their tinted serum couldn't be more effortlessly stunning. A Your Skin But Better tint in 6 sheer shades. I wear type 1 fair. I hope the range will keep growing. A healthy, dewy, compliment-worthy glow. Stunning, silky, light texture. It glides on like skincare, made with vitamin C, squalane and aloe vera. Just a dream everyday base to enhance my skin. Luckily, given how often I rave about this formula, Typology ships internationally from their global site, and we have a gift for your everyday lineup. For 1 week after this video goes live, if you visit the link below, you'll receive a free repairing lip mask with orders over $50 US, but the offer's valid for all regions. Mine is very well loved. It was one of my 2025 favourites and one of my top 2 heavy-duty lip balms. Instantly smoothing and softening when my lips are really dry. It has a light but cushiony, balmy gel texture with ceramides and hyaluronic acid. Always sits on my desk, so I apply it every day, but you can also wear it as an overnight mask. You can find this juicy lip offer via the link below. The winning combo for me is a skin tint, then a complexion stick on top to add a touch more coverage. And Dior Forever Skin Perfect Foundation Stick is such a flawless formula. Buttery, creamy, skin-like, super smooth, blends like a dream. Just a few tiny swipes either side of my nose, forehead and chin takes my base makeup to the next level. It still looks like my skin, but it's never looked better than with this duo. Just introduced you to Typology's new and improved fortifying brow gel in my new makeup finds video. The ingredients list is more minimal now, but the main change is the spoolie on a slight angle. And a change for me is moving up a shade to 3 dark brown, which is the perfect amount of tint to mimic freshly tinted brows. This formula is just as creamy, flexible and comfortable as some of my longtime favourites. It's made with pea peptides and castor oil to help strengthen your brows and encourage growth over time. And now the angled spoolie is a bonus, giving you more control and more lifting and sculpting power to create a fuller, feathery, natural look. You might remember I picked up a couple more Rhode pocket blushes when the brand arrived in Australia in February, and I have to say, this formula is fantastic. In a blind testing lineup without the hype surrounding it, I know it would still be one of my favourites because it is ultra creamy, easy to blend, and shears out perfectly. Sleepy Girl was the surprise hit shade for me, a soft mauvey berry that is a really pretty full flush. I recently rediscovered the joys of Violette FR Bisou Blush in Louise. I wore this to the event with Violette and got to chat to her, so a blush I've loved for a long time feels even more special with that memory attached. This soft matte marbly pink and beige is subtle and delicate, and for those playing along on Instagram who remember me meeting Violette in Olive and June's nail salon in LA many years ago, Violette said she remembered me saying hello. She is as warm in person and as cool as you would expect her to be. The star of this blush show, though, has to be Lisa Eldridge Velatura Balm in Cinnamon Bun. The number of you who messaged me to say you thought of me when you saw this shade, I am flattered you know me so well. This rosewood tan is a delicious sun-kissed tone, deliberately very sheer, so it couldn't be more user-friendly, not scary for a deeper colour like this. It has such a gorgeous glossy glow, and I find it has good lasting power for something so glowy because it's designed to work on the lips too, so there's a little bit of grip to it. The people of Patreon have spoken in a recent blush shade family video vote, so more of my top terracotta blush picks will be landing here very soon. For even more glow, I like adding a whisper of Typology glow drops to my cheekbones. I actually just introduced a friend to this product on the weekend and she was mesmerized, moving her hand back and forth in the light. This radiant liquid made with vitamin C can be layered under makeup, mixed into your moisturizer or tinted serum, applied as an under eye brightener, or pinpointed as a highlighter. The pearly tone can be super luminous and light-catching, or more subtle, like a natural hydrated glow. A couple of Violette FR Ur paints made their way back in here. To Do is my most worn shade, a versatile tan brown, but because it's so pigmented, I scrape off the excess and only apply a tiny dash, blending with my usual Refa 01 brush. Then I like drawing Tendre Corail closer to my lash line and softening this sunburnt coral upwards to make my green eyes pop. Very interested to play with Violette's new Plume eyeshadow, individual powder shades though, for an undone soft wash of colour. They look amazing. And a quick side note on my favourite brush brand, Refa is coming to Sephora, starting with Sephora Hong Kong in early May, so to celebrate, at the moment they've put a lot of brushes on sale on their website. I mentioned a brown Mecha Max multiplayer mode shaping stick in my new Makeup Finds video, but it'll come as no surprise that Dusty Rose Toggle also made its way into my life. It's almost a Dusty Rose tan, so it's a great one and done shadow. This is a creamy, soft, smudgy formula for cheeks, eyes and lips, like the style of a blurred Nina Park makeup look in a flash. So easy to blend, the colour almost disappears, but you can keep building it back up. I just did a big mascara sort on my Patreon to kick off my new decluttering series over there, so after going through a ton of tubes, you know the one that landed back in my bag first must be a beauty. Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara in Burnt Umber is a stellar warm brown. It can look lengthening and fluttery for daytime, or much more dramatic and voluminous if you keep layering. A flushed lip colour kind of vibe here with Merit Signature Lip Blush leading the way. September has been living in my handbag. This bricky shade is an excellent everyday red. The weightless diffused formula means it's so easy to apply one swipe for my lips but richer colour, or build it up without feeling drying at all. The texture is so smooth and comfy. I've also been enjoying a juicier bite of red with Violette FR Bisou Jelly in Pomme d'Amour, one of my spring picks for the recent Sephora sale. Loved hearing how many of you are fans of this glossy tube too. The pigmented core gives you a hit of candy appley berry red brightness, but the jelly outer layer shears things out for a kiss of colour and shine. For an even sneakier hint of red, I've been creating a custom watercolour-like sheer, sheeny lip with Typology tinted lip oil in Ruby Red. This thin, nourishing formula made with vitamin E, squalane and jojoba oil is lovely and lightweight, not gloopy or sticky at all, so I like using it to mimic a sheer, pinky red stain almost. I dab on the doe foot, work it in with my fingertip, or even blot gently with a tissue to make it look lived in and laid back. That's the current state of my makeup bag. Hope you enjoyed getting to take a peek at what I've been reaching for recently. A big thank you to Typology for partnering with me again. Always a pleasure to work with a brand whose minimal skincare meets makeup style feels like such a great fit with my approach. Oh, that repairing lip mask offer is there for you for the next week via the link below. I'd love to hear what's been on repeat for you or rotating in and out, so please talk me through your April makeup bag or vanity contents in the comments. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.